YouTube! This is your opportunity to share with me your most hated cards in the game. I've compiled my little template here for you to observe. Now, my most hated archetype is Earth Machine, and I promise this isn't just to bait peeps. My most hated main deck monster is Alistair. Do you remember during like 2018, 2019 when people would normal summon Alistair, you'd Ash them and they'd still have Invocation? Or you'd Ash the Meltdown and they'd still have the Alistair? Most hated extra deck monster. Do you know why I hate Mirror Jade? It's that stupid graveyard effect. It's the fact that it's a non-activated, like, destroy. So it activates when it's destroyed, but in the end phase, it just resolves. And it destroys everything. Like, effects like that are the worst. You guys remember when DPE was a big thing? And it would, like, not activate in the standby to bring itself back? It would just resolve and it just bring itself back. I hate effects like that, because they just happen and you can't do anything about it. I hated Spiral 2018 format, or just 2018 in general. Or I think it was late 2017. Peekaboo is my most hated toxic Floodgate, and my most hated spell is Called by the Grave. Alright, let's move on and see what you guys have cooked up here. Most hated archetype is True Draco, Mystic Mine, Magical Explosion. I mean, you have... Okay, these are all correct, because you know what? This is how you know that you are a good person, because all of your most hated cards are Floodgates. That's going to be a common theme, probably. Most hated archetype is Branded. Now, here's the truth. Is it the most hated archetype, or is it the most hated community? Think about that. Most hated archetype is Infernoble. I mean, unless, like, you've been being absolutely destroyed by it recently. I mean, what's the problem with that, dude? Mystic Mine is going to be very popular as well. No doubt. Winda, very good choice. I really agree with you. What's going on here? Trias Hierarchia is your most hated main deck monster? What does that mean? What's going on? We've got most hated archetype, Neos. Oh my god, what is this guy called? Glowmoss or something? Right? Is it Glowmoss? That's the most hated main deck. What Neo space? This guy hates all of the formats. I think I've come to the realization that perhaps this person just doesn't like Yu-Gi-Oh! Really is what this guy just doesn't like Yu-Gi-Oh! Your most hated main deck monster being a weather is so funny. This person is just really impatient. You know, that's what it is. They don't want to sit and wait for their opponent to activate 7 card effects during the standby phase. It's like playing against Metaphys, except the deck is like weirdly kind of competent and does win sometimes. What is it with weather? What is with weather just enraging people? What's that? How is that such a problem? A funny thing to note, by the way, there's so many 2018 haters here. I don't doubt it. What did I do? Oh, just because I hate Earth Machine? Who likes Earth Machines? We have a world's competitor take here. I hate Riseheart, Fenrir, Ariseheart, Birth, Big Bang, Shangri-La for the form. Finally, the first true W take here. We hate everything Kashtira. I think Kashtira is going to go down as probably one of the most hated meta decks of all time. I really am struggling to think of an archetype that has gathered this much just unified disdain by the community. Okay, this is the first Maxi declaration here. So either you're all TCG players, or you guys just really think that it balances the format. Can anyone notice a pattern on this one? I just don't know, dude. You can see that there is a linearity between the community here. Most hated archetype: Floodgate, 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 Floodgate. The annoying combo wombo format that had a bunch of people just sitting playing with themselves with rock monsters for 10 minutes. Okay, Masterpiece doesn't really count as a Floodgate, I suppose, but it's close. Most hated archetype, Sword Soul. I never thought I would be sitting here, you know, criticizing a world second place, you know, finalist. But Ryan, Sword Soul, how are you about to hate my girl like this? Most hated format is just Master Duel. For someone who got second place at Master Duel Worlds, that's I don't know. It's sunken cost fallacy at this point. You just can't give up. You have to keep playing. I hope that Konami takes some sort of feedback from this, right? Because it feels like half of the cards that show up on these lists are Floodgate decks or Floodgate adjacent archetypes and Floodgate cards just directly in and of themselves. I assume the Sanctum Reverse to Scythe, the D-Shift. I mean, these are just going to be really popular, right? I mean, come on. All right, most hated archetype is Eldritch. Most hated format is Mechanical Chaser. What does that mean? The biggest L in GOAT format, Nux says, whatever that means. We just have like a boomer take here, right? This is what this is. This is like a boomer like take for sure. Your most hated spell of all time is Delinquent Duel, as well as like Mechanical Chaser out here. The main deck monster dad is because I couldn't afford it. That's just true. I hate floodgates. No. Well, Yugioh has been scarred by hated spell Feather Duster infinite number of times. Listen, if you've been dustered for 5 twice on stream in the space of like 2 weeks. You can't really blame the guy. Oh my god, Mega Capital G out here with a complete boomy boom take here. Look at this. All of the new cards. Tier Limit Most Hated Archetype. My god. Denko, Seka, and Red Reboot. You just know that Cap is on some set 5 BS. That's the... Nothing else can justify this. My god. Denko was pretty crazy back in the day, though. I will say that. Yes! I have had enough with this Earth Machine hate. Time to fight back, or all my Earth Machine players stand up with me. Oh, you photoshopped it and changed it to loved, not hated. Alright, I'm blocking you. I only play Master Duel to be clear. Alright, let's have a look here. Most hated trap card is Sea Stealth Attack. Axeman, get off your alt, please. I will not elaborate on the main deck monster. So, this is the Adventure main deck monster that isn't Aramacer, Griffin, or even a Legal Knight. I really want to know what happened for the 4th best Adventure monster to be your most hated main deck monster. Of all the cards and the monsters in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh!, you hate the 4th best Adventure monster. Hey, yo, little bro's out here using the Rush Duel cards. What? Why are we doing the Rush Duel? I don't even know who this is. Oh, Altiera, the Sky Savior Transience. You know what? I'm gonna bite. What is that? I'm gonna Google. Your opponent cannot activate normal spells except fusions. They brought floodgates to Rush Duel. Seriously? So it's Spell Canceller for every non-fusion deck. That is... I'm not surprised. I just, like... This game sometimes, dude, I swear. Oh my god, would you look at that? The first Dragoon Hater. Oh, that's... Honest, I'm kind of shocked it took a while to show up, but... There it is, the first Dragoon Hater. Okay. Most hated format. Is this the original picture? This is the original picture. It still looks crazy, by the way, that this is like the original picture. I feel like if you haven't seen the Photoshop version of this, basically they just duplicated the field and it's everywhere. But even the original looks insane. All right, listen, game designers, R&D team, you need to listen. Half of these cards are all floodgates. Are you seeing a pattern? Alistair may be the most hated main deck monster, but he has its own place in a museum in France. Do you? Alistair le Invocateur, disque de Duel. Well, if you ever needed another excuse to not go to France, there you go. Well, that was a very productive deep dive into the psychological hatred that fuels the average Yu-Gi-Oh player. One thing that I can see very clearly is floodgates sure do create very normal emotional reactions to the game. Alright, comment, like, subscribe. See you next time.